Hey guys, this is Smix here with Adebisi at the WCS Season 3 Finals at the Toronto Congress Center.
Yeah, so right now we're just kind of in the registration area, so we're just going to do a little bit of a tour of the venue. So you can see behind us, there's a couple people that are kind of late showing up. Most people are already here inside watching the game, so a couple people there. And then, of course, down at the end, there's some merch for sale. So, they're selling some hoodies, some beanies, NASL, WCS branded kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I know they were actually selling those, what do you call
the Thunder Sticks.
Thunder Sticks. So if you go in there, it's actually thunderously loud.
Yeah, it's certainly very, very, very loud in there. So let's just go ahead and head inside to check it out. It is very, very dark in there, so that you can easily watch the games, right? So I'm not too sure how well you'll be able to see everything, but we'll do the best we can to try and basically let you see what the venue is like here actually in person. So.
Yeah, so as soon as you come in here, I don't know if you guys can see because it's so dark. It's packed almost right to the door. Literally, this is, I would say, about 20 feet from the door, right?
Yeah. We've literally just taken 3 steps inside, and there's already a crowd full of people watching the screen. And you can actually, you can see right now we've got Mr. Bitter, and MC is actually going to be commentating this series with Mr. Bitter. So definitely a little bit of a treat for everyone watching this game to get to hear MC commentate some games.
Yeah, I mean, MC, he's an entertainer. Everyone loves him so much. And also part of the reason why it's so close to the door is that the way that NASL has set up the venue here, they have different panels, different panels and TV screens all placed all around the venue so that people that, are not up close can still view the game to their viewing pleasure.
Yeah, and this game is just starting, and I mean, I can barely even hear what you're saying, Smix, because the crowd is just going ham with their thunder sticks and really basically yelling at the top of their lungs just at the start of the game. So it is incredibly loud in here. I don't think there's really an empty chair whatsoever, so packed house.
Yeah, it's insane because this isn't even how loud it possibly gets. At the end of the game, I mean, I can be this close to you talking and I wouldn't be able to hear a single thing you're saying.
Yeah, it's like pretty much every other series kind of ends with like a standing ovation and people just going absolutely nuts. So the atmosphere is just really, really, really electric in here.
Now, when we head over to this side, usually all along the right side, we have the players area where they all practice. If they're not playing any games, if they want to rest, there's an area that's kind of slotted off just for them. And then right to the outside of the players area, there's usually a very long line that's set up for different players and personalities that are there to actually do signings.
Yeah, so you can see kind of right here along the right wall there's the line of computers. So 16 PCs, so every single one of these players has their own PC, practice as much as they want. So definitely really nice conditions here for the players to make sure that, they're not waiting for PCs. They can always be warmed up. So, and that's just something that like players really, really want. So they are definitely taken care of very well here. They have a little lounge backstage too, where we won't show you that, but just a couple couches, their own projectors. So definitely very, very nice conditions here for the players, I'd have to say.
Exactly, and I want to just head over to one of these fans and see what their thoughts are on everything that's been going on this weekend. Hi. Do you mind just doing like a really brief little interview? Yeah. So can you just tell us your name and where you came from?
My name's David. I live in Canada, about 3 hours away.
All right, Dave, how have you been enjoying the tournament so far?
I have. This is the only second event I've been to. I was at NASL last year.
And how would you compare NASL last year to this event right here this weekend?
Oh, it's so much better. Just Maru's here.
Oh, so is Maru the player that you're rooting for?
I'm a Maru fanboy, yeah.
Yeah, that's. I know a lot of people were cheering for Pultz, but it's nice to hear that someone is cheering for another Terran. I mean, is there any other player that?
On the fly fixing stuff here, guys. But could we actually just get a look at your keyboard? I see you're kind of collecting a ton of signatures there on the back of it.
Deers. What? I think that's clutch, yeah. Bills. Sorry? MC took up like half the keyboard, but that's okay.
Yeah, MC's the kind of player who
Yeah, usually it's like that. I know that Stefano oftentimes when he signed things for the first time too, he would just fill up the whole thing with his huge.
It's like all of it.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Dave. I really hope you continue enjoying this event. Let's keep moving on.
All right, yeah, so essentially this is a line that just stretches across the venue, and I think it might actually still be Pol doing signatures. I think he's been doing signatures for like an hour. I think maybe a couple different players rotated in, but this line is basically just constantly here of just people wanting signatures. Meanwhile, we can see the crowd. Everyone, it's kind of quite hush here now because we just started game 1 of Vortex versus Hero. Vortex, of course, the last non-Korean player still in this event, so a lot of people are rooting for him. And as Smix previously mentioned, there are a couple monitors dotting the edge, so no matter where you're sitting, you can kind of get a good view, and certain little like mini segments of the crowd have kind of formed just specifically around those littler screens.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know if you guys can see because it is so dark, but right over to this area over here, there's a monitor, and then if you swing over to the right again, there's a monitor right here. So we have several monitors that are placed continuously along both sides, the left and right, for people that can't get close to the front. And then there's just little half moon circles going on around, just trying to watch the games.
Yeah, so maybe I'll just try and grab someone and get their thoughts. Hey man, would you mind if I just ask you a few questions about you having a good time and all that kind of stuff? All right, cool. So right now it's Vortex versus Hero. Who do you like in this matchup?
Oh, no doubt Hero.
Big Hero fanboy. Do you play Protoss or?
Yeah. Master.
Protoss the Master Race. Okay, I don't know about that. I'm a Terran player, but I guess that's okay. So where are you coming in from?
Pretty close here at Toronto, yeah.
So you're pretty happy that they're hosting these events here, right?
Like once in a lifetime chance to come watch this.
Were you at the NASL event last year?
No, I wasn't able to.
Okay, so this is your first one, and you're liking it. You'll definitely be back.
Definitely.
All right, well that's great. Thanks a lot for talking to me, man, and enjoy the game, and hopefully Hero does well.
It's so amazing. We talked to so many fans, and all of them have a different player that they're rooting for. We just talked to Dave, who was rooting for Maru. Many people here rooting for Pol, Jaedong, MMA. I mean, there are so many fan favorites here.
Yeah, and so if we pause here a little bit, you can kind of see that the stage here, it is the ceiling of the venue is not quite as high as maybe would be preferable. So the stage, they've actually kind of stretched it out, so you can see it is quite dark. But on the far left, there's the commentator set up, and then of course in the center they've got the projector screen, and they've done something quite cool here where they've got the 2 first-person views of the players on the left and right, as well as just a permanent picture of their camera and each player's name, race, and flag. So it's the kind of thing where if you were to bring your mom or your dad or your uncle or someone who has no idea about StarCraft, you can kind of easily point out this is that player, this is this player, and so definitely a cool setup. And then of course just on the right, there's the two booths, and they're 2-person booths. I think they're brought in by Red Bull, so just really nice soundproof booths, of course. And this is definitely a venue where you need good soundproof booths because this place just is so friggin' loud whenever anything happens in a game.
Exactly, and if we come even further up, I believe the first few rows over here, I'm so sorry, I'm bumping into people left and right because it's so full that people are standing on the sides. Let's hope we don't crash into any more people. But yes, up here, I don't know if you guys can see how packed it is over here, but every single seat up here is full because it is for those special people with premier tickets. And obviously, these VIP seats were saved for them so they could have the closest view of their games and favorite players. Now, if we head up over here, maybe we can see who's actually doing the signings and confirm if it's Polt or not.
Yeah, it looks like Polt may have left. We do see Clutch and Zoe, the 2 hosts of the event, are over there. It looks like maybe Clutch is going to be doing some signings, maybe not. They're just hanging out. Of course, they've done a pretty phenomenal job with all the pre- and post-match interviews and really talking to this crowd and really getting them going. But that's really maybe not the hardest thing to do because everyone is just so happy. I mean, honestly, all the Toronto fans are just so thrilled that this event is here, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I was at NASL. I was at the last NASL finals, and I mean, I thought it was pretty crazy then. I thought maybe I wondered, is Toronto just like that, back then? But now that I'm here again, I realize it wasn't just a once in a lifetime thing. It was it's just Toronto. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, I believe I've been told it's something about 2,100 seats, and now they are all completely full, and apparently about 5,000 tickets have been sold. Some of those are just one-day passes, but by the finals, this place will just be absolutely more full than it is now, which is kind of hard to imagine.
Yeah, it's amazing because, we're not even on the last day, and usually it's on the last day that the tournaments and the fans are really, lift up their energy, but it seems like from day one, from the very start of the matches, that the energy here has been 100%, so like you said, I can't even imagine how bad, how crazy it'll be once we're in the finals.
Yeah, so I think that about does it. Hopefully this gives you a good idea of what the in-person experience is like. Of course, it is very dark so that you can easily watch the game, so sometimes it might be a little bit hard to see, but I guess that does it for us. So once again, this is Smix and Adebisi from GameSpot here at the WCS Season 3 Finals. Make sure you stay tuned to GameSpot.com for additional coverage.